Hello! So today we have a pretty exciting video. I'm going to go through the new Westman Atelier lipsticks. I got 5 of them and they're my bottom swatches here. And then I'm going to do some comparisons to something that I think is a pretty good comparison, which are the Ogee lipsticks that they have on their website. So I'm going to first start, I'm going to do live swatches and take off the 5 shades that I have. So it might be a little bit of a longish video, but you can definitely, slide through if there's a certain color you want to see. What I was very interested in initially was how this was going to work, with their system. And it is refillable. I purchased 5. I probably didn't know they were refillable when I first got them on the launch night. I would have probably only gotten 1 and then waited for the refills. But they are refillable. They have the same kind of component to the Ogee one. So I'll show you how this works. Actually, these are harder to pull out. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's not great. It's such a strong magnet in there. That's crazy. So these pull out. You actually can't use these, I don't think, because you can't twist it up unless it's inside of the mechanism, which is interesting. It does clip in. So let me show you. So it's really similar to the Ogee ones as far as the mechanism. They're actually really similar in shape and size, but the Ogee ones, come out, they have the same kind of magnet, and then they just pop out, and you can twist the Ogee ones up without it being inside of the system. So that's kind of a bummer, because if you just want to buy the refills and use them because it's more economical, that's definitely a ding for Westman Atelier. And then let me tell you the first thing that is super annoying if you buy multiple components of this. They're so magnetized that you can't get them close to each other. So if you try and get these too close to each other, they repel. And I put them all on my desk, trying to put them into somewhat of a distance. You literally have to keep them this far apart. They first of all picked up all the magnets that I had, anything that was metal, on my desk, and they're now stuck to my lipsticks. And then I have to keep them spaced out. So instantly that makes me think you're gonna have to buy, literally you can just see that instantly stuck to it. You're gonna have to buy one of these and then do the refills, which is gonna be kind of crazy, that it just is so confusing to store these. I don't really know how I'm gonna store these right now. So let's start with the shades. I got Jereve, and I'm not 100% sure on this, on how these are pronounced, but Jereve, PK, and then that's Minx, LFG, and Mabiche. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched any of her videos yet about them. I just saw those kind of instant stills or instant pics. She doesn't say their names. So I'm gonna start with doing swatches of these how I would do my lipstick, and then I'll go a little bit heavier, and then we're gonna wipe them off and we're gonna go through the shades. So we're gonna go in that order, starting with Jereve. This was the one I was most interested in as far as a nude, and I wanted to compare it. The top here, spoiler, is gonna be the Ogee one. So to see, you can kind of see there's some similarities in the color tones here to see how these work. So we're going to start doing this the way that I would apply lipstick, which is to my center. And then I'm going to use my fingers to apply out. So these definitely, like the Ogee, are a little bit matte. So that's a very similar shade to my lip tone. Is it a little bit lighter? I'm trying to see. I think it's pretty close to my natural lip shade. So a mid-tone rosy. And I can see, compared to one of my favorite ones from Ogee, it's very similar. So I have it, the only thing I had on before this was my Ogee Clear Balm. Okay, so I didn't have any other lipstick on. It does feel really nice in that thin layer that I just did there. That was definitely very nice. It smells pretty good. It smells a little bit, oh my gosh, do you see my hair clip stuck to it? That's gonna be annoying. Okay, so let's amp it up a little bit for this. Maybe it's a vanilla scent. So yeah, I don't usually go this full on with color. I usually do a little bit blotted and then blend out. It looks almost a little bit orange to me, which is interesting. I definitely thought that it was much more of a rosy tone, but it's coming up, especially in my lighting, a little bit orange. I wonder if you can see that, but it feels light. It feels nice. The way I would apply it, it definitely had a nice texture to it. Did not feel excessively drying or matte. Okay, so this is Jereve on fair, cool skin tone. My lips are naturally a little bit plum. So if you're looking at my lips when they don't have anything on them, they're definitely medium plum toned. So this might be a little bit on the orangey, warmy side compared to like Amnesia from Ogee, which I don't mind it. This is definitely an okay color for me. So let's wipe this off. And then I'm going to put on a little bit of the clear oil just so that my lips don't get super dry. Everything is sticking to these on my desk, which is crazy. Okay. And my lips tend to stain pretty easily, so they'll probably take on a lot of color by the end of this video. Okay, so this is going to be PK. This is interesting because it's like a toasty color, and I don't like always love these, but that's why I was thinking it'd be kind of an interesting color in my collection. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this out like I normally would from the center. I don't love this on me. I think it's a little more neutral brown than I thought it was gonna be. For some reason I thought it was gonna have a little more pink in it, like a little more tawny. But you can see that color here. So far, the color that I definitely like the best is Gerev. I guess I can amp it up a little bit. It's actually quite easy to apply. I mean, it really is. Oh my gosh, see that stuff coming off that's attached to it? That is going to be a nightmare. I actually know I'm going to have to store these separate, which is going to be not ideal. Here, let's amp this up a little bit, see how dark we can get it. And my lips were quite moisturized, but now they look quite dry underneath, and I'm not sure if that's just my lips or what, but you can see here it's giving this kind of 1990s brown vibe, which is like definitely some people's vibe. It's not really mine. It's much warmer than I would normally go. It's also making my teeth look really yellow. I try and avoid colors that make my teeth look yellow kind of at all costs. Okay, so we're gonna take this off and then we're gonna go into the next one. I have more hope for these next two shades. So far, I really only like the Gerev. I'm not a fan of the PK. As not a tone I'm gonna wear. I think if you have olive skin, that would be a really nice shade, but it's doing some weird stuff for me. Okay, so we're gonna go into Minx, and this looked so pretty on the model. I really hope this one looks nice on me. You know what, let me put a little bit more of the oil just so that it has something to slip on, because I can't imagine that's gonna be good. Yeah, you can see, I mean, my lips naturally have quite like a pretty medium tone to them. So even when I take stuff off, like it looks like I'm gonna always look like I have lipstick on, especially if my lips are being like stimulated with being wiped off and such. So this is Minx. That looks really pretty. I hope this is nice. This one actually came, it was smushed into the cap a little, but whatever, I'm gonna use it right now. Okay, so this is definitely coral, which is on me, which I thought it was going to be a lot more pink. So let's spread this out. That's pretty. Okay, I like this one. It is on my cool skin leaning definitely on the coral side compared to the pink that it kind of looked like on the models, which is why I like to see real people wearing lipsticks, because I often feel like I don't see my skin tone or at least my lip color represented. So, and it always looks different on everyone's lips, right? But this is actually really pretty. I like this. Of all the shades, this is my favorite so far. Yeah, I think that's really fresh, really pretty, but also simple. Okay, so let's take this off. Oh my gosh, my lips are not going to be happy at the end of this. I mean, obviously this doesn't speak to a long-term wear, but usually how I apply lipstick by putting it through the center, everything usually wears pretty well, right? It's not usually a huge problem. So let's try the LFG. Now this one is probably going to definitely have to be my method of dragging out, because I would never wear this kind of color full on. I even thought this color for blush would be really pretty, because I love their Pop It shade so much. So let's try Okay, so that's incredibly beautiful and incredibly vibrant. So let's, oh my gosh, they're like all gonna fall off on my desk. Okay, I love that shade. I know it maybe looks like from the camera it looks kind of crazy on me, but that is beautiful. Yeah, LFG. I really like this, especially hopefully you can see like the method that I do where I put it to the middle and then drag it out. It doesn't look too overkill. In real life, this is a really nice tone for my cool blue purple undertones. So far Minx, which is a little bit coral but still passable. I know that they say it's a pink, but it's coming off coral on me. This one is really the one that's like the most flattering to my skin tone so far. Okay, and then the last one we have is Ma Biche. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But that's that kind of like ox bloody kind of color. See, you can see here, I would never have thought this one was orangey toned. This one doesn't look nearly as neutral. And then, but on my purpley toned lips, and then Minx does look kind of coral on my skin tone there. That looks, you know, like a good tone. And then this one, so the ox blood. So let's wipe off this, but by far, this is my most favorite, the LFG. Okay. This is one I worry was gonna stain. Yeah, this is the kind of color that's like not gonna come off, which I like. Like I like that if they would leave this after and then I just put like a gloss on it, that's gonna be, yeah, like it's gonna be hard for me to get that color off. That's gonna be on there. Yeah. Okay, so let's put a little bit clear. That one I really like. Okay. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. So the Ma Biche or Biche, I don't know. Okay, let's put this in the middle. Wow. I really like that. So from images of this online, it looked really, really dark. But how I applied it with that middle kind of technique that I do and blurred it out, it's really beautiful. I do think it's flattering on my skin tone. It's got, sorry, I'm blocking you with the mirror. Isn't that a pretty mirror? But yeah, so this is flattering for my skin tone. I do think it going a little bit tomato, but I like sometimes a little bit of a tomato red. I do like this a lot. So what I'm noticing so far is it's the vibrants that are doing well here, not so much the neutrals, at least on my skin tone. Because, I mean, obviously if you have a warm skin tone, those might be really great neutrals for you. But for me, those neutrals really aren't at home on my skin. Okay, so we're going to keep this one on, and we're going to compare these to the colors of the Ogee ones, and price-wise. So that's a big factor here. I mean, these are $50 per this. Now, I don't know what the component is by itself, like when you buy just this, and it's crazy that this is kind of hard to pull out. So they're gonna have just this refill. I'm guessing based on like the Ogee's prices, maybe it's gonna be $35, $37. But you know, this is a beautiful component. I don't love that if you have more than one of the actual component, you can't store them together because they're gonna, you know, opposite attract as magnets. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot that they're like full on forcing each other away while on my desk and like grabbing everything off my desk. So with my Ogees, I keep all of my Ogee stuff in this one little container. That's very useful. I have two that are in their lipstick components. So their lipstick components with, when you buy the whole set, is $46. And then it's like, I think $35 for the refills. And then I just pop them in. These are definitely super easy to interchange in this container. The reason why I instantly wanted to like reference these is that I think they're similar in that they're both clean beauty. They're luxury clean beauty. They're very much on the expensive side of lipsticks because these are like $46, these are $50. And they are both kind of matte. you know, you can see from the swatches, they actually have a similar texture for sure. I actually think that the Westman Atelier has a little bit more shine to it, but that doesn't really transfer onto my lip as much. And then the Ogee dry, they're matte, but they're very comfortable. This has a moussey feel. I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities between the two. So I wanted to see, this is the shade Amnesia, and it's actually really close to the shade of Je Rêve, but on my lips, Amnesia is a lot more purple toned. So if you're thinking the Je Rêve is like, you don't want to necessarily go orangey, because this had an orange undercast for me. Amnesia from Ogee is really nice. Then this is Juliet from Ogee, and I actually don't think it's that close to PK, but it's Ogee, Juliet is much more like a pink tone, and doesn't quite have as much of this like neutralness. So if you're looking for that, none of these are really pink. They're just sort of different undertones. And then we have this is Baccara from Ogee. That's like this kind of like strawberry tone. It's definitely deeper. And that's really beautiful. I just put it there. Nothing here is exactly like that at all. LFG is really vibrant and interesting. And then this is Santana, which is a red. It's interesting because sheared out, this one's giving me this feel. Like, I don't think what my lips look like right now is this heaviness of that swatch. So if you blot this, it's gonna look much more like how you see on my lips, and much less like the really intense oxblood of the images. But I had a feeling that I could shear it out enough that it would kind of work on me. I'm actually gonna try the LFG as blush right now, which is honestly a risky endeavor because it could look crazy. But I just kind of want to see what this looks like on my cheeks. Maybe it's a crazy thing. I'm gonna put it where I would put Pop It. And then I'm gonna, you know, blend it out. Because it feels like it would be the kind of shade that would do a really nice job of lasting a long time because of that matte. It's probably going to be hard to tell on there. I mean, I'm not going to go intense on here. So yeah, it's definitely blending really well. So in a pinch, like, you could easily kind of use this as a lip color, which makes you think you could use any of them as a cheek color if you just had your lip. And I mean, that looks really pretty. So yeah, you could definitely use this on your cheek as well, especially if you just had that in your bag. Okay, so what do I think about these? I could do without the two lightest. So Je Rêve, PK. I don't need these. I really like, I can't even set them down. They're just sticking to everything. That's crazy. The LFG, so Minx. So after I saw LFG on, this is my favorite. And then it's Mabiche or Mabiche. I guess it doesn't have the little line over the E. Those are my two favorites. And then it's Minx. And then it would be like the end of it would be the neutrals. So, oh my gosh. So yeah, it just flew out of my hands because they got magnetized. Let me grab that really quick. Okay, see, that's a problem. Like, I don't love that. Then it just picked up whatever of my puppy hair on the floor. Yeah, that's not going to be great at all. I don't love that, especially for this price point. I'm not happy that I'm going to have to deal with these like flying wherever I put them. No. Okay. So I would stick, I know this is not the exact question, but I would stick with my Ogees except for this is it LFG? Yeah. LFG and Mabiche, because those are kind of interesting colors. I like how these look. I think I like this color a little bit better than my Santana from Ogee, which is this one. I think I like this color better. You know, but I feel like as of this moment, if I was going to do it all again, I would just get LFG. I would just get LFG, and that would be it. The Ogees, I've had those they've had this formula out for like over a year at this point. So I really, really enjoy that formula. And then of course I use this all the time. This is the clear, and this is their new packaging for the clear. And then I have a bunch of their, what do they call these? Sculpted lip oils, the ones that are in tones. So I'm always interested in these. I'm going to link to my other Ogee videos if you want to see the one I have just on this matte, because this has been out for a year. I've used this. I really like this formula. I would like honestly go towards these versus Westman Atelier because I don't think all the kinks are kind of ironed out with that. But if there's a color you like again, if you see, that's my favorite, Amnesia. So of the neutrals between Westman Atelier and Ogee, it's Amnesia from Ogee. As far as the rest of the shades from Ogee, I like them. Amnesia is the one I wear all the time. Westman Atelier, I think I'm gonna go to this LFG, especially in summer, and then wear it lightly, because I think that that's a really special, really beautiful tone, especially if you like a pop of color on your lip. So yeah, I'll link to my videos with Ogee if you want to see that lipstick review. Hopefully that helps if you're interested in colors, and that'll save you from spending some money on these. All right, thanks for watching.